Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I want to say sorry for being MIA over the last few weeks and probably months actually. I've just been uploading clips from my TV appearances, things like that. I think I've got a pretty good excuse though, and as you can probably tell by the title and the thumbnail, I am in fact just over 3 months pregnant. So I just thought I would do a little update and basically ask you if you want me to do any future videos about how my pregnancy has been going, if you've got any questions, if you're trying to get pregnant or if you are indeed pregnant or thinking about pregnancy in the future. I can talk about everything to do with fitness or food. I think I might do a what I eat in a day video, so if you want to see that, please do give this video a thumbs up and I will pop that up next week. So when did it all happen? We found out back in March, and I think it's the done thing really not to say too much until you're around 12 weeks pregnant, just because in those first few weeks the chances of a miscarriage are unfortunately a little bit higher. So once we had our 12-week scan, which was at the start of May, and oh, I've got it on my lap. So this was our little picture, not sure if it's coming up. So this was our little scan picture that we got. It was the day before my 32nd birthday. So we had the scan and she said everything was fine, and I asked if there was a heartbeat and I started crying, and then I started laughing and disrupting the whole scan. So that was really nice. When we found out, so you're actually already around 5-6 weeks pregnant by the time of your first missed period, so that was strange to get my head around, and I made an appointment with the midwife and I didn't actually see her until I was 10 weeks pregnant. So those early few weeks are kind of strange because you almost feel, you don't feel like really that pregnant. You're getting some symptoms which I'll come on to in a moment, but it's not actually acknowledged by any healthcare professional until the 10-week mark. So I'll just show you what I got from the midwife. So I got this pack, which you might get something similar, and in here I just keep all the information that I've got. So a bit about my medical history. So I've actually got a bleeding condition, unfortunately, so if you want to know about that I'll go into detail. If not, it's a bit boring. It just means that I have to have consultant-led care, so the midwives by that consultant clinic. I've also got my scan picture, the date of my next scan, so you get a 12-week scan and then a 20-week scan. The 20-week scan is slightly longer, and that's the one where they look at all of the organs and they can basically tell you if your baby's going to be healthy, and they can also tell you the gender. We are going to find out, so if you want to know too, let me know. We just figure having a baby, coming home with a baby is enough of a surprise for us, so we're going to find out early if it's a girl or boy. To tell you about how things have been changing for me over the last few weeks, so as soon as I found out that I was pregnant, I actually had a hair appointment, so I get my hair coloured. It's the same colour, but just for a bit of vibrance. So coloured and cut every about 12 weeks, and I had an appointment booked for April. I did lots of Googling, and to my knowledge, I think getting your hair dyed is safe. However, on the NHS Choices website, it says that most women like to wait until they're at least 12 weeks pregnant, just so that the baby's a little bit more formed. So I pushed my appointment back to the 12th week. I actually got my hair done on my birthday, so it was the day after the scan. I stopped drinking like caffeinated coffee, and it's quite strange actually. I've gone off coffee and I still eat chocolate, but not in the copious amounts that I used to before my pregnancy, so I've kind of gone off like coffee and cocoa, which is strange. Thinking about cravings in those early weeks, I think between like weeks 6 and 10, all I craved was basically carbs and cheese. So my intake of pizza, garlic bread, cheese went through the roof, and also Nutella wraps. I was just craving energy, craving carbs. I was also so exhausted. Luckily that's passed now. I think for about 3 weeks, and that's the reason why my social media and why my YouTube videos have fallen off, because I was just so tired. If you don't know, I work full-time for the NHS as a dietitian, and also privately and also freelance. So I was trying to fit in all these things, and whilst being utterly shattered basically, I come home from work and I would have to lay down on the couch or the bed, and that is completely unheard of. And sometimes when I was doing a 12-hour shift, it'd get to the 10th hour and I'd be thinking, oh my word, how am I going to carry on? Regarding sickness, I think I've been really lucky. I haven't thrown up. What did happen to me though is I felt sick every time my stomach was empty. So basically, my eating, I was eating for 2. Even though you don't need to eat for 2, I was. I had to eat as soon as I got out of bed, and then I had to have breakfast, then 2 mid-morning snacks. I was having my lunch early. So I was having to eat basically from the point of getting out of bed every 2 hours. Now it's got to about 3 hours, so I still have to eat though pretty soon after getting up. Normally I'd get up, I might do a workout, I'd get ready, and then I'd have my breakfast. Now I have to have it like straight after my workout because I'm just really hungry, and I eat every 3 hours pretty much on on the dot. I won't go into too much detail about food in this video, so if you want to know more or any questions, pop them down below and I'll pop them in my next video, which will be a what I eat in a day, so I'll go into more information about that. Regarding supplements, when you're trying to get pregnant, you're meant to take 400 mcg micrograms of folic acid. Sometimes you might need 5 milligrams, which is the higher recommended dose for certain populations. I won't go into that in too much detail though. And then when I found out that I was pregnant, I started taking a pregnancy suitable multivitamin, which doesn't have vitamin A in it, because too much vitamin A can be toxic for the baby. I'm obviously not drinking alcohol. I know that some women do decide to drink a little bit, but from the research that I've done, I've decided that I'm going to abstain. I wasn't a huge drinker, to be honest, before my pregnancy, so I just haven't touched a drop since we conceived. So that's from an alcohol point of view. Caffeine's definitely gone down. I'm now on decaf tea, decaf coffee. I still have the odd regular tea and coffee, but I just keep it to less than 200 milligrams a day, and there's about 100 milligrams in a cup of tea and a cup of coffee. Regarding my emotions, I think I've been quite emotional. I think it was all triggered in the 12-week scan, and I have cried a few times. So yeah, so I'm quite emotional. I've just got a lot of hormones basically going on inside me. So this is just like a really quick overview video. If you want to find out more information, I've actually gone and set up an Instagram specific account to document some pregnancy tips on my pregnancy journey so far. That's at Mummy Nutrition. I decided to set up a separate account just because I know that not everyone wants to know about pregnancies or babies, so I didn't want to spam my Nick's Nutrition account too much. Even if you don't have Instagram, you can go on our website, which is instagram.com/mummy nutrition, and I'll be posting weekly tips and pictures and things like that. So yeah, I hope that you like hearing this news. We are both really happy. Our baby is due in November, so yeah, I'll be making content up until then. So thank you so much for sticking around, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye!